Hey everybody, welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Last time we continued to process our feelings for Ahina and continue to run away from them at the same time, overthink things, not be able to emotionally comprehend our situation. Megumi also gave us a good kick in the pants, and at the same time admitted her and Sachi's whole plan to get to have sex for the first time and use Yuna and Hina's bodies to do so. And I think Yuna reacted quite appropriately. However, considering where this story has led us and what this story has set up with Sachi and Megumi, I don't know how long Yuna's going to be able to resist that request. And that kind of makes me sad, because that sounds like the plot's going to force her character to do something she normally wouldn't do. Like, it doesn't seem in character for Yuna to just give in. But once again, we'll see when we get there what happens. I just think it's impossible to get to the end of the story and not have Sachi and Megumi have sex, right? Because that's what's been set up. And I'm not looking forward to... I shouldn't say I'm not looking forward to it. I just don't know how Yuna's going to be convinced, I guess, is my point. But we'll see. We don't even know if Yuna's going to accept her feelings for Hina at any time soon. Yeah. Morning, Yuna. So, did you forget anything today? No, I'm good. I didn't have the energy to point out how our roles had completely reversed. With how much is going through my head these days, there's no hope for me to process it all, no matter how much I think about it. There's my answer for Hina, of course, but now there's Megumi's request for me to consider too. Then there's how much I'm worrying everyone around me. Ano too. That's probably why she'd reached out to me. She told me I could talk to her about anything, but I can't begin to answer any of it. I'm still unsure whether or not I'm in love with Hina, what sort of love I feel for her, whether I can tell her if I do love her, what people around us would think, what I would do about that. Whether I'd help Megumi and Sachi-san or turn them down. Could I really ask someone's advice about all this? Can I keep worrying them? There's just so much. Hey, Yuna. Yeah? Tests are coming up. What do you want to do? Should we get together to study again? Oh yeah, those are coming up, aren't they? I hadn't completely forgotten. Hard to when we've been talking about tests in class. Right, we've got tests. I wonder how they'll go. Can I get through exams in the situation I am in right now? I'm sure I'll be able to concentrate once they're right in front of me, but am I going to be able to study for them properly? Well, we could skip it this time if you're not up to it, Yuna. Huh? Anna's really worried about me, especially since she always looks forward to things like this. No, let's do it. I'm worried about Hina studying too, after all. When works for you, Anno? This weekend should be fine, right? Like Saturday? Saturday? That's fine with me. I think it'll work for Hina too. I'll tell her. Okay. Right. What about Nana-san? She came to the one before summer vacation. Should we invite her this time? Nana said she'd do it with the usual three when we talked about it. Okay, just you and Hina then. You'll make dinner this time too, right, Yuna? Of course. Yay, that's the best part. I'm looking forward to it this time too. Yes. A study session, huh? I'll have to think about what to make for dinner, and I'll have to talk to Hina. I wonder if I'll have found my answer by this weekend, or will I still be thinking about it? Tell me when I should be intruding, okay? Yuna? Anytime in the afternoon's fine. Okay. Hey, Yuna. Yeah? Listen. Nah, it's nothing. Okay. I wonder what she was trying to say. I'm curious, but more than that, every time the conversation stops for a moment, my head fills with all sorts of other things. What should I do? Should I concentrate on exams for a little while? But then I'll just keep Hina waiting longer. I really don't know where I should be focusing my thoughts. It's like I'm supposed to be thinking, but I'm only thinking about thinking. And that's when... Yuna-chan, is Tomi Yuna-chan in here? Huh? My name rang out through the classroom, and I hurriedly looked up and turned toward the voice. Amashima-senpai was at the door. Oh, there you are. Oh, here we go. Are we gonna get some Matsuri meddling? Because I would love Matsuri meddling right now. I don't know what she'd meddle in on this time, but I don't know. And I wanted to address when Yuna's talking about thinking. It's so fascinating how she's trying to like intellectually solve this problem, quote unquote. But it's an emotional thing, so you can't really think your way out of it or to an answer, you know? I think it's very in character for her to just be like trying to methodically go through the steps and not be able to come to a conclusion. Because it's not a rational thing. It's not a rational decision you make. Or it's not a decision based on rational thinking, I should say. Senpai looked my way and came into the classroom, completely ignoring all the attention she'd drawn from my classmates. Hey, Yuna-chan, it's been a while. Ah, yeah. Sorry, but do you have some time during lunch today? Huh? I guess so. Yeah? Excellent. Could you come to our club room for a little bit then? Huh? Okay. Sorry about that. I'll see you at lunch then. I'll be waiting, she said, then left the classroom under the same amount of attention, just like that, after she'd said what she'd come to say. So that, like, whole she said thing, that has come up throughout this entire game, where there'll be dialogue, and then a character's thoughts will say, she said, or character names here said, and it's really not necessary. It's really not necessary. Sorry, it's just something's been bothering me for a while, and I haven't brought it up, but now I'm like, ugh. We know that character said it. We know they said it. What was that about? Naturally, the curious gazes of my classmates settled on me after Amashima-senpai had left, but I had no idea what I'd been summoned for either. Who knows? In any case, I guess I'm headed to the track team's club room at lunch. Maybe she's having some trouble with Inamoto-senpai again. I guess I'd have to help in that case. Or maybe I wouldn't, since the two spirits have apparently seen what they wanted to see already. No, I should do some follow-up either way. No matter what it is, I'll need to find out if something's happened. Look at you, Yuna, being all invested. Even though technically your duty's done. Hopefully helping them will keep me occupied. Maybe doing something like cooking duty. If it's just that, I'll be able to focus at least. No, wait a second. That's not it. I can't just turn away from my problems. I can't believe I'm hoping they're in trouble just so that I can ignore my own issues. Oh, how very self-aware of you, Yuna. Good girl. Am I really that desperate? I did everything I could to focus on my morning classes, and then it was lunchtime. I hurried to the track team club room. I didn't think there was any real need to rush, but I wanted to know why I'd been called there as soon as possible. Because I wanted to be able to focus my thoughts on Hina again? Or because I wanted to concentrate on anything other than her? I don't care anymore. Whoa! Huh? I was spacing out again. I didn't even notice the person coming up the stairs when I turned into them. I twisted around, narrowly managing to avoid her, and slammed myself into the wall instead. Ow! I hit my shoulder, but the sting faded quickly. I'm sorry. Are you alright? Oh, it's Ihara-senpai. Oh, this is cool. I'm glad Ihara and Yuna are interacting again. I feel like they have more in common than probably either of them knows. Though actually maybe they do know that because they already had that huge confrontation mess. But Yuna could probably learn a thing or two from Ihara because Ihara is incredibly mature. Like, that has been one of the very interesting things I feel like you learn about her character as you go through her subplot. Like, she's like, when Maki first confesses to her, she doesn't understand the feelings, but she wants to, and she doesn't like quite reject them. She does in the sense where she doesn't know if she returns them, but her answer to Maki was very mature. And yes, later on down the line, we find out that there was a bit of a selfish motive beyond that. And it's one Yuna confronts her on. But when Yuna confronts her on her just trying to live up to other people's expectations and not wanting to be rejected, Ihara knows that about herself. She accepts it. She's completely aware of it. And after the confrontation with Yuna, we see Ihara do something about it. And so Ihara comes off as this incredibly mature character. And I think she is very similar to Yuna, as we all know, because we've seen the confrontation between them. And Yuna could probably get some good advice from Ihara if she'd venture in that direction, but it's not going to happen I say it's not going to happen. Maybe I should just keep going and we'll find out. So she's who I almost ran into. I'm fine. I'm sorry, I was in a hurry. No, I should apologize. You're all right? You're not hurt? No. Oh, Tomi-san. Yes? I guess she remembers me now. This is kinda awkward. After I said all that awful stuff that time we worked together, we've seen each other a few times since then, but we've never really spoken. I haven't apologized for then either. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm sorry about before. Huh? I said some rude things to you. I didn't think it was really the time to apologize for something like that anymore, but it'd be weird to try and say sorry later if I just left right now. Don't worry about it. But it's fine. What you said made me think about some things. I'm glad you said what you did, Ihara-senpai said, smiling. I wonder how she took my words. I don't know that, but I do know a bit about what happened with Senpai and Maki-san after that. Like what she said to Maki-san before the school festival. What's wrong? Huh? I thought the same thing back then, but you look like you're struggling with something. I thought maybe you were having the same problems I was. And your face looks the same now. Oh, I'm sorry for saying something so strange. No. I was just curious. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything when it doesn't involve me. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I'm sorry. Please excuse me, I said, bowing my head a little. It's the same as before, isn't it? I'm just running from her again. Though I do need to get to the track team. I turned my head and caught Senpai watching me worriedly. I felt a pain somewhere in my heart. It weighed on me. So it's really an interesting flip we're getting with Yuna and all the other characters, because up to this point, Yuna has been helping all of them like with their relationships behind the scenes, and sometimes more directly, like with Yoka. And to a degree, I guess you could say, Tsukio and Kiri. But now it's like, now it's kind of interesting to see all the characters kind of interact with her while she's struggling with her own related problems. And you want Yuna to reach out. You want her to reach out and be like, yes, I need your help. Please help me. But she won't, and that's in character for her, so I can't complain that much. But it's cool to see the flip. And I hope there's like some nice, I don't know if I want it to be like acknowledgement for what Yuna's done for these other girls. But there should be something where, in turn, it'd be nice to see it come full circle and have these other characters help her. And I think we're going in that direction because Yuna seems to have these reflections about these characters after she interacts with them, and she'll react negatively to them or positively to them from time to time. But it's cool because hopefully we see that influence that's going to lead her to make her own decision, right? And that's cool. So, it's a nice little flip that we're doing towards the end here. Oh, Miki-san! Maki-san climbed up the stairs I was heading down. She passed by, calling out to Ihara-senpai. I went and borrowed the tools. Sorry for the wait. It's fine, let's go. Sorry you have to help with something I was asked to do. No, you've helped me plenty before. I'm happy to help you now. Listening to their conversation, I moved my feet a bit faster toward the track team club room. I want to say out of the frying pan and into the fire, but I don't know what Matsui's called her for. I just hope it's Madeline. Because they're the two characters, Matsuri and Miu are the two characters who I want to get, like, directly involved. Because they have the most experience at this point, right? So, it would be cool to see that. Help them, they need to redeem themselves, too, after all that fighting, man. I'm so glad we're past that. Oh, there you are, Yuna-chan. By the way, I love their track jackets. I just have to say, we don't really ever see them wear them, do we? We must have seen them wear them somewhere in the story. But I like the track jackets. I don't know why, but I think they're very good. They're very fitting for them. They look very good on them. Sorry to call you all the way over here, Yuna-chan. It wasn't just Amashima-senpai waiting for me in the club room, but Inamoto-senpai too. The other team members weren't present. That included Hina. I was a little relieved. So, we had something we wanted to chat with you about. Go ahead and sit down somewhere. Okay. I entered the room and sat down as she suggested. What's on their minds? I'm sorry, this is really something we should have gone to you about, but we didn't think we could talk about it anywhere other than here. We wanted to do this earlier, but there was the kokutai and stuff. After that, we had to retire and help the next captain and vice captain take over, so it's gotten a little late. Uh-huh. You haven't eaten yet, right? Then let's get this over with quick. Amashima-senpai said before briefly sharing a glance with Inamoto-senpai. 3, 2, 1. We're sorry, they both said, bowing their heads. Huh? Why are they apologizing to me? I don't remember them doing anything they had to apologize for. Really, we're sorry. We totally caused you trouble. We're so sorry, Yuna-chan. Why? Well, for the school festival, Miu and I had been fighting for a little while before then. I know that, but we got Hina mixed up in the fight, you know. We really yanked her around. We've wanted to apologize for that. But why me? Huh? Well, since you're her guardian, right? I'm not her guardian. Oh? I thought you were her big sis. Well, maybe, but... Right, so we wanted to apologize to you, Yuna-chan, for getting you wrapped up in our fight. I suppose I was wrapped up in it a little, but that's because I was helping with stuff they shouldn't have known about. The stuff with Hina did make me nervous, but it didn't directly cause me any trouble. We just feel bad about getting other people involved in our fight. Let us apologize. Uh-huh. Well, I think it's fine to tell you, Yuna-chan. Miu and I are dating. We have been for a really long time. You haven't heard from Hina? No, nothing from Hina. Really? Well, that's the truth anyway. We wanted to apologize for involving you in a fight related to that. Can't exactly tell them that I knew, but I guess I don't have to pretend to be surprised when I'm already so dumbfounded with this conversation. We were sort of keeping this a secret. Could you not tell anyone? Sure. I don't really like hiding it, though. I want to be together with Miu forever, long after this. That's why we want to keep it a secret until we can support ourselves. Right, I understand. Thanks. So that's why. I knew they were keeping it a secret, but I didn't know the reason. They were thinking of the future, of when they'd be able to support themselves. Is romance between women so serious that you have to think about that stuff? Good, that's half of what we wanted to talk about. Oh, I'm so excited. What's the other half? I was like, oh great, if they just brought her over to apologize. I'm not getting what I wanted. But there's a chance. There's a chance. Yep, there's one more thing, Yuna-chan. Yes? Here it comes. Here it comes. Has Hina confessed to you yet? What? How does Amashima-senpai know about that? And if Amashima-senpai knows, then Inamoto-senpai does too, right? Did Hina tell them? That was too direct, Matsuri. Oh, it's not that Hina told us. She hasn't said anything, so don't doubt her, alright? Okay. That's a relief, but now I'm even more curious about how they know. I see, so she's already done it. Well, it's Hina. She moves quick. How? Intuition, I suppose. We realized that Hina had fallen in love, and we just figured it out from there. Intuition? Well, you just get a sense for these things, because we're the same, maybe? Who knows? They're fearsome, and from my startled reaction to that first question, there's no hiding it now. Were you surprised when Hina confessed to you, Yuna-chan? Yeah. Have you answered her yet? No, not yet. I didn't think so. You seem to be worrying about it quite a lot. I'm just getting more and more transparent. These two are a little too sharp. So this is the other half of what they wanted to talk about. What exactly are they trying to say? Are they going to tell me to go out with Hina? I hope you give it a lot of thought. That's what we wanted to tell you. Huh? As much as I'd like to tell you to just say yes, this is something that you need to figure out on your own, Yuna-chan. But we'd like it if you could give it due consideration before you answer. Though it seems like we didn't need to tell you that. You shouldn't torture yourself about it either. Right. Guess not. Give it due consideration, huh? I am thinking. I'm always thinking, but I shouldn't torture myself? But the more I think about it, the more I don't know. I can't find the answer no matter what considerations I make. We're just happy Hina finally told you. And we'll be glad if you give her a proper answer, Yuna-chan. No matter what the answer is, as long as it gives Hina's feelings some closure. I'm sure she'll accept it, whether it's a yes or a no, as long as you've taken it seriously, Yuna-chan. But, what will happen if I tell her no? Will that hurt Hina? And if I say yes, then we'd be dating, but I haven't thought about the future like these two at all. I have no idea what it holds. But I might need to be strong like them if I want us to be together forever. That's what it would mean to say yes. But I'm not thinking about anything, about the future, or I don't know if I could protect Hina if we were together. I love the looks on Matsuri and Miu's faces right now. Just, yep. They both looked at each other for a moment. What am I saying? I don't even know. Are they thinking the same thing? I was worried, but their voices were gentle for some reason. Well, I'd understand why you'd worry, Yuna-chan. But you can rely on Hina at times like those. She's not so weak that you need to constantly protect her, right? Yes, I think she's very strong. Don't you, Yuna-chan? You shouldn't only ask negative questions. If you do, you'll only come up with negative answers. Right. You should look at Hina instead and think about how you feel then. At Hina? Yep, well, that's about all the advice we can give you. The rest is up to you, Yuna-chan. Sorry for taking all this time, but we wanted to make sure we told you all this, since we're worried about you two. I'm glad we could talk about this, though, since it seems to have been on your mind. I hope this is some help to you. I feel a bit like a mother hen. Don't say that. You're making me feel old, and we can't be so pushy. These two are so strong. Even though they were just fighting, it's like they made up and are tied even more strongly together for it. I'm not sure they even needed our help. And it's not just them, it's the same for everyone else. I wonder how much use what I've done really was. Sorry, that's a very awkward sentence. For everyone who's able to hold her beloved person's hand to be by her side. Can Hina and I be like them? If this feeling of mine is real, I have to think of my answer for her. A proper answer for me to give her. Oh man, Yuna. What are you gonna do? When are you gonna say it? When are we gonna have another question to answer? I don't know how long it's been since we've made a decision in this game, but I kind of want to make another decision. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm enjoying Yuna's struggle quite thoroughly, as much as I usually do. So next time, we are going to skip ahead to the end of the week, Saturday the 20th. And we'll see what happens next. We'll see if Yuna gets any clarity on this. I did appreciate Matsuri and Miu putting their say in. You know, as good senpai should do, right? Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you on the next one. Take care, everyone.